Hi, good day everyone. My name is Marty, and here's another submission for Foundations of Nursing Education, entitled Filipino Culture, Morals, Values, and Beliefs and Its Effects on Nursing Practice and Education. And our goal for this requirement is to identify and explain some culture, morals, values, and beliefs in our country of residence which affects the nursing practice and education. And our first answer is Filipino work ethic. And work ethic, as defined, is the principle that hard work is intrinsically virtuous or worthy of reward. It comes as no surprise, as the Philippines is the largest exporter of nurses in the world. Out of the 2.2 million overseas Filipino workers, 25% commit their lives to caring for others, according to Cowlin 2018. During the Second World War, Filipino nurses played major roles in helping wounded soldiers. With Filipinos' familiarity with American culture, specifically their ability to speak their language, these new immigrant foreign workers easily adjusted to their new home. As a group, Filipino nurses are well-liked because they are hardworking. They place high value on responsibility and seldom complain. Joyce and Hunt 1982 commented, many Filipino nurses work nights, holidays, and or overtime. So during this time of nursing shortage, one can rely on a Filipino nurse to volunteer to cover the shift. On the other hand, current issues would put the virtue of being a hard worker as a disadvantage. The Filipinos' culture of keeping quiet and being extremely hardworking would put them at risk by not questioning or whistleblowing, whether that's about PPE or additional hours, which is allegedly costing their lives, according to Nursing Standard 2020. While it is important to show your employer that you're willing to work hard, it is important to create a healthy work-life balance. Working too much can cause you to become overwhelmed and start messing up work. Now, let's go to our second answer, which is spirituality. According to the study of Labrag and his colleagues 2016 entitled Filipino Nurses' Spirituality and Provision of Spiritual Nursing Care, explained that there is a positive significant correlations were found between understanding of spiritual nursing care and delivery of spiritual nursing care. For nurses to better provide spiritual nursing care, they must care for themselves through self-awareness, self-reflection, and develop a sense of satisfaction and contentment. Filipino nurses are very religious people, Ordonez and Gandesa 2016. There is a deep faith in God that is reflected in the expression of bahala na, or it is up to God, or leave it to God. Bahala na may also apply to acceptance of illness or malady. Although it is an indication of acceptance of the nature of things including one's own inherent limitations, bahala na operates psychologically to elevate one's courage and conviction to persist in the face of adversity and improve one's situation, according to Akomura and Agbayani 1991. To sum it up, in terms of the relationship between spiritual beliefs and practices and spiritual care, both values imply a marked moderate positive correlation. This indicates that the greater a nurse's spiritual care perceptions are, the more frequently spiritual care is included in one nursing practice. Now let's discuss about a very famous Filipino values and culture, which is close family ties. According to MCN, the American Journal of Maternal Child Nursing 2007, family strength qualities are commitment, appreciation and affection, positive communication, time together, a sense of spiritual well-being, and the ability to cope with stress and crisis. With the family strengths approach, nurses help families define their visions and hopes for the future instead of looking at what factors contribute to family problems. Family strengths assessment can be used in nursing practice, nursing education, and everyday life. And if you're a Filipino nurse, you are very much acquainted to these family strengths. According to Ordonez and Gandes 2016, they explain that Filipino nurses have strong family ties. While in the United States, their close friends become their family members. As a result, they perpetuate the cultural burden, which is a downside, thus making it more difficult and taking them longer to assimilate into the mainstream culture of their adopted country. In addition, RNSpeak 2018 mentioned that Filipino nurses know their patient by heart and not by the number or merely by name. In fact, when you ask them who their patient is in room 132, they can tell you their name and a short description of them, but not to the point that they would breach the patient's right to confidentiality. Nevertheless, our loyalty to our family always brings about the feeling of satisfaction and security. Most often than not, we put them as our top priority. They are usually the first to arrive when you need them and the last to leave when everybody turned their backs. And last but not the least, one value which is very known to Filipinos is respect and reverence. Filipino values and traditions provide a framework for conduct and mode of communication. Because of a high regard for the elderly and authority, Filipinos tend not to oppose or contradict other views for a fear of embarrassing the other party. Filipinos generally are neither assertive nor aggressive and may often appear guarded or reticent. Nurses often misunderstand this need for passivity and do not appreciate the culturally induced motivation to maintain harmonious balance between man and nature, according to Vance and David Zizar, 1999. RNSpeak 2018 said, "We are only the country that has po and opo, which have integrated the core value of respect in our life. These two simple words have taught every Filipino the importance of respect in order to be respected by other people as well." Filipino nurses highly value their elderly clients. This may be influenced by the way they feel toward elderly parents and relatives. There is a high sense of obligation and personal fulfillment in caring for one's parents. Elderly individuals are given high respect and revered. Family commitment fosters a sense of pride, and therefore, caring for others is embedded in the culture of the Filipino nurses, according to Okamura and Agabayani, 1991. That's it, and thank you for listening.